In the Buddhist teachings, we have a number of different meditation objects and themes that we can use. They all have one goal in common, and that is to help us bring up the quality of mindfulness, sati, sampajanya, all-round awareness, and help us go beyond the hindrances. It's quite common that if you use a regular meditation object, such as mindfulness of breathing, there will be some times when you find it hard to stay with the breath. Maybe because you're physically tired, perhaps because your mind is racing, very emotional, or stirred up in one way or another. Sometimes it just seems like we've tried bringing up mindfulness with the breathing to the point where the mind just doesn't want to do it anymore. And that's one reason why we have other meditation themes that we can pick up. So there's the 10 anusati recollections, which you can get from the texts, which give you different skillful themes to recollect, meaning keep in mind, to bring up mindfulness. One of them is Chakkanusati, recollection of the generosity you have practiced, the dana you have given. However small or big, however often, you can bring to mind an occasion where you practiced giving, sharing. Can visualize that time. You can recollect the qualities of mind that come when you're practicing giving. You can bring to mind some of the skillful outcomes that arose from your giving. If you focus your mind on this, you're using your memory, but in a particular way, using the theme of generosity as a guide. And the aim is to keep your mind concentrated on that one theme. Whether you're thinking about generosity, visualizing it, or just reciting a word or a phrase that symbolizes the thought, the intention of generosity. There's a few ways you can approach it. Sometimes the Buddha would encourage people to recollect the generosity they've practiced by talking about the great fruits, great benefits that come back to the giver. You talk about the different kinds of giving, giving support to parents, relatives, friends, supporting the Sangha, alms mendicants, supporting those in need, giving to the sick, the poor. There's a variety of different ways we practice giving. Can recollect the things we have given. Traditionally they say if you give light, as in the old days giving candles or lanterns to Sangha, the result of that is a bright mind, contributes to growth in wisdom and understanding. And from the bright mind, one also gets a bright complexion. The giving of medicines contributes to good health, not just the person receiving the medicines you give, but for yourself in the future. Giving of food gives rise to strength, bodily strength, and all kinds of good results in the future. If one gives food or lodgings or robes or medicine to a Buddha, then the good karma of that follows one for endless lifetimes until one reaches Nibbana. One is very unlikely to be reborn in a lower realm of suffering. Very unlikely to be born into a situation where one's starving or caught into such poverty that it's impossible to practice the Dhamma. The Buddha himself could recollect past lives where he had practiced generosity, and he could see the karmic results. So he had no doubt about that. And this formed part of his teachings. He taught that as the mind becomes more insightful, sees the truth, then one has less and less doubt about the benefits of giving, sharing. So quite naturally one is ready to practice generosity. And of course it reduces stinginess and different kinds of attachment from the mind. But in terms of meditation, can bring joy as you recollect things you've done for others, the generosity you've practiced. And that joy can be a cause for your mind to settle down. If you keep up the recollection of generosity, then it will bring the mind to a state of samadhi where the five hindrances have subsided and the mind is calm, peaceful in the present moment with strong concentration. It can't bring you to a experience appana samadhi or jhana, but it can be the forerunner of it. Once the mind is calm and settled in samadhi, then one can turn and take up another meditation object, such as mindfulness of breathing, mindfulness of the body, and so on. So Cakanusati is just one of the 10 recollections. There's many others that we can try with, especially when you're struggling with your main meditation object. You can turn your mind to recollect the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, recollect the quality of generosity, and so on. So for the next period of time, we can meditate together till you hear the sound of the bell.